What's up, my folks? This our little red bitch I was telling y'all about. She went back. Jules raising her up. He's doing a fine little job. She's too little, too young to get chain broke up here. She'll probably come back a few months, when she's a little older. Mess her with a few hogs for a few months and see she's getting good. I like her. I really like her. She's a little sport model. My video messed up on here. I had to kind of like put this on here and put it on the computer to watch her, but I got to spend a lot of time with her this weekend, and she's still little, but I like her. She's off the she's what the old timers would call a crossed up dog, but she's not. They've already made bloodlines of these dogs. She's off the Mr. Perez gave her to us, and I think she's a good looking little thing. She looks just like them dogs. And she's off of Perez's Red Baron and Perez's Crisis. The Red Baron dog's off the Ramirez Yellow Bull and Garcia's Macy. And Crisis is off of Ramirez Jack Sparrow and LeBlanc's Bella. Yellow Bull's off of Hollingsworth Bull and Ramirez Yellow Sassy. Garcia's Macy's off of Ramirez Macho Bear 2 and Patrick's Mary. Ramirez Jack Sparrow's off of Jody's Red Pirate and DVN's Miss Blitz. LeBlanc's Bella's off of LeBlanc's Drake and LeBlanc's Mizame, which that's all snooty blood or Mims blood. So she's a pretty well bred dog on the dogs, you know what I mean? She's off of good bred dogs. I like the shit out of her. I think she's gonna be a neat dog. She ain't shy, she's real bold, she's boisterous, she's playful, she's real loving. They did a good job, man. Them kids, man, kids make a big difference with puppies. Real big difference. But she's a lot of people are saying that, some of them dogs are shy off that stuff, but, this one don't seem to have any problem. She's wide ass open. I really like her. I can't wait to see what she looks like a little bit older, a little bit grown. We're about 15, 16 months where I can play with the hogs with her a little bit, maybe 18 months. She's going to be a neat little dog. I like her a lot. But anyway, Mr. Perez, I thank you. It always works out like that, though. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a great dog because it's always the dogs you're given or you breed, it seems like. I mean, I have bought good dogs, from people, but a lot more of them have been like given to me like this. These dogs like this little bitch, she was just gifted. I mean, it wasn't no strings attached or nothing, no farm out or nothing like that. But anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if she turned out good because that's how it always goes, ain't it? The ones you're given or the ones you breed always turn out to be the damn best. That's why we work hard to keep them alive when they're little. Let's check out them pups. I've had a lot of people asking me if they're still, if I've given up on them or something. Hell no, I ain't giving up on my pups. It's warm in here. I need to turn that heater down a little bit. They're spread way out. No, there's my little black one. She's a beaut. I don't want to wake them up because then they'll fucking go to wanting to be fed already. Look how fat he is. But I'll go over with what I'm using because I've had people, I haven't been able to answer emails a lot because I've been barely sleeping even. But I've been checking in once in a while. But I see a bunch of people are going through this or have gone through this and asking some questions about what I'm using. Now, like I say, what I use might not be the very best. It's just what I use, okay? All right. Now, if by all rights, if you can get her to nurse, that's the best thing. But, sometimes it just ain't the case. Let's just be real about it. And if you want to save the pups, I mean, I'm wanting to save them, So, and you can now. It's a dedication thing. It's a fucking battle, so be ready for it. You can't be going out and hanging out or nothing. You got to stay, basically have somebody there with them all the time, just like a baby. You go out and do stuff for about 2.5 hours, and then you need to get back in and get a bottle fed for them. Now, this is what they had at the track supply. It was like an emergency thing. She wasn't due to have them pups till yesterday. So we using at first now. I mean, I don't do this but for a couple weeks, and then I go to a different type of milk that I make myself. But at first I like to go with some kind of puppy replacement milk, okay? And if it has colostrum in it, that's the better. But if it doesn't, you got to supplement it with something, okay? We're using just kid colostrum. That's all I had, and what I'm using is about a scoop. Now I'm down to about a scoop of the kid colostrum to 3 scoops of this per. And I'm not making a complete full bottle. If the dogs start getting constipation, and they will, okay, little pups will start getting constipated on this stuff. You add a little bit more water to it, not a lot more, just a little more, okay. And I'm gonna show you a trick. Get you some light corn syrup. Just dip you. This is a little dip you that in there, and then let it go into the bottle, you know, and then get some in there. Not a lot, just enough to get in there now to make about 4 ounces of fluid up. Then wipe the thing off, wash it off, keep everything real clean and sterile, okay? And then use a little bit of probiotic in every bottle, okay? And when I mean a little, I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but you see, it's not much. Just a little teeny bit with a little scooper they got, okay? Just to get them where they're going to the bathroom, because they'll bound up on this stuff. It's real hard on them, and they got to use the bathroom, okay? You got to make them use the bathroom. Get you a wet, warm towel, paper towel, and just wipe it down like the mother would be licking their private parts. They'll pee and then start licking their little tail, and you know, like taking the towel, just licking it down like a mama would do with it, and just wet, warm paper towel and wipe it real smooth. And another trick, you need to put a little Vaseline on it sometimes, or Neosporin is what I like to use the most. But and keep their little tail in, you know, cleared up with that. But make them go to the bathroom and help. You know, you'll have to take that little towel and help it pull it out sometimes if they're getting bound up. And wipe them down real, you know, keep them dry. Put some Neosporin on them, you know, back there, because you don't wiping that towel on them will make them go raw. Okay. The mama, I don't know if they got antibiotics, but it doesn't seem to make them raw like a towel will. But and that'll get you started, okay? And just use distilled water. Make sure you distill your water, which means boil it for a few minutes, and then make sure you distill your pot and clean it, sterilize it. Sterilize your lid real good, especially on the inside. Keep it wiped and clean and steamed, and keep it real sterile, just like a baby, okay? That's all there is to it. But the pet lac. And keep good. I use the real baby bottles. Don't be messing with them damn, you know, them little pet bottles. You know, the ones with a hard nipple like these. You don't need them. Just use a regular little baby bottle, okay? And don't let them choke out. Mine are up to about a ½ ounce of feeding at a time. Sometimes they get a little more. I've added a little water in it because they were starting to get bound up, and had to add some corn syrup. That corn syrup is good too to add, because they're not getting the proper sugars with this, okay? And you don't want them puppies getting, you know, like hypoglycemic, because they can. And that's the main, how you keep them going, and just, you know, every 2.5, 3 hours, try to keep them fed, you know, and make sure they go to the bathroom. As far as the bitch, you want to get her emptied out in a keeper pen, you know, let her get as much of her afterbirth out and all. Keep her on her antibiotics, get her going on her antibiotics, and just keep her on that heavy dose of antibiotics for about 10 days. And you know, I feed her a lesser fat food. Don't feed her a high protein, high fat food. I'm actually going to town and getting the because I feed her real high protein, high fat food, and I'm gonna get her some different dog food, like some maintenance feed to help her dry up too. Camphor oil if you got to, you know, don't forget about camphor oil. That shit works. But that's what I did with her. I put her back on the chain last night. She can't stand being in the pen, so I figured I'd leave her on the chain for a little bit. But anyway, that's about it, y'all. Y'all keep on bulldogging, and I'll catch you when I can.